Okay, this is going to be showing you this part of part 7. It's going to be showing you how to do some of the investment, talk to you a little bit about what to do and some of the proportions that are required for making the castings. Now, this here is a rubbery type of bowl, and David Flowers told me you want to get one of these things because you go to the dollar store and you buy a bunch of these. Now, hopefully, I was at the dollar store yesterday. I couldn't find these. I guess they were out of them, but I hope they have more of them in the dollar store soon, because they're perfect for doing this because they're flexible. And once the investment, after you're done, there's a certain amount of residual left in here, so you want to get rid of that. It hardens up, and then you just kind of go like this and dump it out and wash it a little bit, and there you go. And they make a thing like this about 16 bucks, so you can buy 16 of these for one of those. So you pick it. Anyway, that goes on a scale. And oh, by the way, good old Harbor Freight. Now, say what you want. I'll say it. I'll repeat it over and over and over. You want to spend $27 for or $50 for a scale like this? Great, go ahead. Makes you feel better? Good. I bought this for about 8 bucks. Works. Had it for a while. Another dollar store item. Scoop. You don't need more than this. Of course, I got the investment over here. I don't know if you can see, it's out of the picture, but there's a box of investment here, 40-pound box of investment. And it's basically plaster. I mean, if you want to see it up close, it's just plaster. And I've said this before, and I've always said the name wrong. It's Ramson and Randolph. Ramson and Randolph. You can buy it direct from them, or you can buy it from this company where I bought it from. Romanoff is another company, and the reason why I buy it from Romanoff is 40-pound box to ship it here is about $14 from them. If I ship it all the way from Rio Grande out in the promised land out there, it costs a lot more. So it's the same stuff. So get it closer, and it works out better. And anyway, and I buy some other stuff from them. There's a company here. They've been in business for many, many years, Romanoff. They're in New York. And they used to be in the Diamond District, but now they've moved a little bit further out. But anyhow, now this is a flask. I get these from, these are NewTek flasks. A lot of people sell these. Stainless steel. This is a 6-inch flask. From here to here, 6 inches. Okay, it's about the effective, about maybe you get about 5.5 inches that you can use, or 5 inches, because you got to be a little bit shorter than here and a little bit shorter than there. So if you take the piece that we're going to put in it, which is this right here, and you put it up against that, you see it comes a little short at the top, which is what you want. And then of course you peel this rubber off later on, and the wax stays in there. Okay, we're going to use that in a little bit. Now, like I mentioned, to cover the holes, now Rio Grande and some others sell a sleeve to go over this, and you can buy that, and I might buy that, but David Flowers, again, my guru, my mentor on this, tapes it with tape like this. See, just go around, tape it. Don't try to wind the tape on it like this, you know, like wind it. It doesn't work too good, because I did the first one like that and it leaked between the winds. So you just want to kind of put this on all the way around, overlap it about 1/4 inch, and then just wrap it up. Just wrap it up. And of course you go around one more time, and I'm going to show you one little trick you have to do. And I'm going to cut this one because I want the end to be right straight. Okay, now you take it and you put one more wrap around about an inch and a half up, about an inch or so up from the end. And the reason why you do that is when you put it in the bell jar, where we're going to do to evacuate the air out of it, it rises. So you have to have a place for it to rise into, and you need this little extension on there to do that. And you go in, make sure everything's tight. I mean, this basic ideas, and then you just go around and rub it all so you see all the holes. Rub it tight, tighten it up there. Now I was going to try, and I might do it on something that isn't so important, and if I lose it, well, then I lose it. But I was going to try using this stuff, which is basically saran wrap, and I think it might work. I could try it and wrap the mold up with this, and then do a little heat gun thing on it and try that. But you know what? I'll see how many I get out of this roll. Why this here roll? It costs $8 for tape. $8 for tape. Where are we going in this world? $8 for tape. And that's at the Home Depot. Why? Because the painters, amateur painters, homeowners, they can't paint a straight line with a paintbrush. I've been painting for years. I'm still shaky now, but back when I was younger, I could paint a beautiful straight line, no tape, no nothing. And they sell this painter's tape, so everybody tapes everything, and then they paint it. And then it gets sloppy with the paint, and then it bleeds under. The idea of the paint is you try to still draw a straight line with the paintbrush, and then maybe a little bit goes under, but you don't, because the tape is there, doesn't mean you slop it on. But anyway, that's the tape. Sorry for the rant. But you put this on there like that. Make sure it's tight. Make sure it's tight. Alright, now that's ready. Okay, now the next thing you got to do is somehow get this on there. And this is tight on the bottom, so you have to, let me see what you can see that. I think you can. Put this stuff out of the way. We don't need this. Throw that under there. And you put this over the top, carefully run it down without hitting the thing, and then you get it started. And this is not easy to do. You start it on one side, and then I bring it over to the edge of the table and just peel the lip little by little all the way around. There, it's on. Make sure it's up, and we'll look inside without the thing falling down. You can see the patterns in there. And make sure that there's at least some space all around the edge. Now they're a little close on that one side because my center sprue is a little bit off, but I think it'll be okay. What else I got to do? No choice in the matter. Okay, now get the tape out of the way. Now, here we go with the investment. Get our little horror freight scale, put that on there, and you hit the tear weight, so you get a 0. Tear weight means it's 0, including this. Now, what you do is you take the volume of that flask, which is the full 6 inches by 4 inches around. It's actually a little bit smaller than 4 inches on the inside because of the thickness of the material, but it's 4 inches, so we use 4 inches. And so 4, and you take the formula, you can look it up on the internet, simplest thing to do. We don't even have to know anything anymore. You just go on the internet and punch in a bunch of numbers and push the button and it comes up. Well, that number was the volume. You divide, so it's V divided by 20. It's a constant. The 20 gives you how many pounds of investment that you need to put in here. And the investment is the plaster. Call it investment, whatever. It's called investment. And the reason why it's called investment is because you're investing not only the wax, but you're investing the plaster, because that gets destroyed and the wax gets lost. It's lost wax. You lost, and then you don't get that back. So that's something that you have to invest. Now this stuff here is approximately $1 a pound. About $1 and something a pound, because you got to count the shipping in, unless you want to go up and get it, because you gas to get it. But anyway, this computes out to, I put 3.4. Now 3.4 is too much, because I threw a lot of it away. So the next batch down, I reduced it to 3.1. And I had a little bit left over, because you got to figure, well, the wax and all that takes up some space. So I'd rather have a little bit more than not enough, so you're only throwing a little handful away. And that's part of doing business, I guess. So you fill this up with 3 pounds, I put 3.2 or 3.02 or 03 or 04 pounds of investment in here. Then what you do is you times the 3.2, whatever you're using, 3.1, whatever that number, the volume comes out to in pounds of investment, you multiply that by 181. Now the point 181 gives you the amount of liters, milliliters of water you need, milliliters. And it turns out that this particular amount comes out to 579 milliliters. Now I have a little beaker which got milliliters on it. I keep it over by the bathroom. I mean, you can get anything. I fill it up, and there is 579 milliliters of water. Okay, and you put that right in. The other thing you're going to need is a mixer. Now this one's a little bit heavy for me. This is actually, you saw me put the stand under earlier. It's a stand type, but you can also take it and hold it. I'm going to see if I can find a little lighter one, just a little hand mixer. And you mix up the investment with this. Now you mix it to the consistency of pancake batter. Okay, and pancake batter. I mean, you make pancakes, okay, you know. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put it in here in the bell jar and vacuum it and get the air out of it. When you notice all the air coming out of it, then you take it and then pour it in the mold, and then you invest the mold again. And you get all the air out of it again. And then once that's done, you're completed with it. It's over. It's history. So now what you do is you take everything apart. Okay, so we're going to do that process right now. So here we go. We get the scale turned on, and we get the tare weight of the scale, 0, and we're going to put the material in there. You take your little scoop and you fill it up. I mean, this isn't rocket science. It's like playing in sand, you know. All right, it's 2 pounds. And just a little touch. Okay, so it's 3.07 right now, which is a little bit more, but that's okay. And you take it off the scale and take your water, dump it in. Okay, then you take this and you kind of mix it up, just kind of go like this. That's what David showed me. You kind of mix it up by hand a little bit, so it starts to get a little bit mixed, because if you try to just turn it on, the powder goes all over the place. Okay, so now I just turn it up and you mix it. Now, the faster you mix it, the more air gets induced, is what I think. So now I've been putting a little more water than normal because it's hotter today. I just felt that it would set up too quick. In the wintertime, you can put a little less water, and I mean 10 milliliters, 20 milliliters, not much more than that. You mix it, make sure all the lumps are out, turn it a little bit, whatever you got to do. It's like making a cake, man, just like making a cake. I see all the air going in there. The beaters are mixing it with air. You can stir it by hand, that works too, but it takes longer. And we had the vacuum. Make sure it's all mixed up. Now, I just let it sit over the edge of the thing here and drip in. I got a bucket of water on the bottom, on the floor over here, that I'll, later on while it's vacuuming, I'll clean it off. Now you take this, and he puts it over here like this, and you take the bell jar, and I had to kind of put it off center because I got the probe sticking up there, but that works this way. Okay, now you hit the, whoop. Okay, there we go. Coming up. Now I have a little vibrator thing here. And I just kind of do this thing. Vacuum's coming up. A little tough to hear me, but I'll talk a little louder. But anyway, the vacuum's coming up, and you kind of do a Nikita Khrushchev. Remember him? Pounding on the table. Bubbles are coming out, all the air's coming out. shut that thing off, release the vacuum, the whole thing dropped down, shut the pump off, it raised up about that much, about a half an inch. All the air is coming out. I can watch the seal here, I can see the seal break. Okay, take that off, put it over there, and you pour it. I hold it like this, I pour it up on the side like pouring a beer. You don't want a head on it, so you pour it so it runs on the side and comes up the side instead of pouring on top of the patterns, because you might knock them off. Possible. Pour a little bit faster. It's coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Lay it down. Just keep pouring. Alright, now there's crossbars in here. I pour right up to the top of the crossbars. A little bit over them. A little bit over them. And there's just a little bit left in there, not much. Now you take the thing, put it in, back in the bell jar. Bell jar on top. Hit the vacuum again. And you hit the little air thing. Noisy, but it works. Okay, now you let the air out. Wait till let the air in. Wait till this I start to see this start to make a showing that it's releasing. There she goes now. See it around the edge. There you go. Put that over there. Over there. And that's it. That's it. You wait till that starts to settle up a little bit. And then you take the tape off, clean it up and all, mark it so you know what it is. This particular one I don't have to mark because it has the big pour gate. I know that they're the bodies. So you let this set up, throw it away. I could probably use just a little less, but I'd rather have more than not enough. And you have to throw it away, but what are you going to do? Close up your investment, keep it safe. This up, that's done, and there you have it. So the next step is going to be to make the castings. Now today I got here early. I got here at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is early for me because I usually get here about 10, but I wanted to start the oven back there to burn these out. Now the burnout takes about 10 or 11 hours. So that would put me around 6 o'clock or something like that when my son Dan's going to come here today to help me do the pouring, because it's always good to have another hand around until I get used to doing it. But it's raining today, so I can't really do it today. So tomorrow's supposed to be a better day, and hopefully tomorrow will be the day we're going to make some castings, and we'll certainly get that all on video. So thanks again for watching. I know everyone's kind of enjoying this series. Most people, you know, like I said, many of my other videos, they don't talk about, well, they're playing ballet music and they're doing this and they're doing that and they're pointing like this, and see, and they show it. What, you know, talk a little bit. It's nicer. I think it's more entertaining. This is part of it, entertainment and education at the same time. So we'll see you again on part 8